Just wait for people to come in when we get started. Mm-hmm. All right, I think we're ready.
Good morning, guys. Saturday, 10 a.m. Talk about the markets. But first thing I want to talk about is we're going to start adding on. So we'll be here on Fridays now also. Fridays at 8 a.m. Okay, so we'll be here Friday, 8 a.m., Saturday at 10 a.m. And we'll see if the audiences get larger or if there's a lot more interest, then we'll add more days because we're still on TikTok and we're still there on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays also. Okay, and if the markets get busy, we'll send out a promo. We'll send out an alert saying, guys, we're going to have a special one. And I think the markets are getting ready to start. They're bubbling. They're not busy yet, but they're bubbling. And we saw that this week. Especially we've seen how we talked about how commodities are going to start to reprice. Well, they're starting to reprice and they're starting to get exposed. You can see when you reprice, they start to go. We've had a couple of commodities that have pretty much exploded on the upside and they still haven't gone parabolic, which I think can still happen. Talking about metals. Okay, gold. Gold, look at gold. Gold's 3,800. In our opinion, this was it's a quiet week. Quiet week. We're at 3,800 all-time highs. Okay. Why? Because of these commodities. Look at silver. Just keeps on going. Does not stop. I told you guys, we talked about it. Once it broke 40, dollars don't mean anything. Okay, a dollar move is irrelevant. $2, $3, and the thing is, either way, you could be 46, 47, you could be 43 in 36 hours. It's going to become, we talked about it being untradeable. We're getting to that point. And I'm not saying untradeable that you can't trade it. It's just that if you trade your normal way and you don't make an adjustment, it's going to spook you. It's going to find your pressure points. Think about it. I'm doing this since the 80s in silver. I've lost so much money and made so much money trading silver. I know every pressure point there is. And silver's going to get into that spot. But inevitably, we still think silver's going a lot higher. But how do you hold on? That's one of them. Another metals we talked about, and we said they're going to start going. Well, they're starting to go. Look at platinum. Here we go. Platinum's getting ready to go up to 1,600. Okay, this thing sat at 1,000. Go back to June. We're sitting at 1,000. We're at 1,600. And this one has got a lot of room because people think they could trade platinum like they could trade gold, and they can't. People go, well, you know what? I don't have gold. I'm going to have platinum. Okay, you try. See if you could trade at the same market. You have no idea what you're in for. You're going to try to buy platinum, and it's just going to run away, and then you're going to wind up chasing it. And then when you get in, you're going to find it moving back. People have no idea that platinum is not like gold. They're going to find out. Okay, because now speculators, the public, retail side wants to be in all these. Another one, palladium. We have palladium one. We think this is going to be our second home run of the year in commodities. The first home run we had this year was palladium. We think we're going to catch it again. Yeah, we bought palladium down here. We sold it up here. We bought it back down here. So we're long palladium again, and we think this one is going to go. And this one I've had a lot of experience in. If for some reason the physical side of palladium starts to get exposed, see this red line? This is nothing. The red line's got to go to my ceiling, and I'm not exaggerating. Something like palladium can easily, not easily, but if it hits a nerve, it could go to 2,000. Not 1,300, 13 and a quarter, 13. It could go to 2,000. Hopefully I'll be able to recognize it because then you know what the trade is, not giving it away. So I explained to you metals, and you know our metal stock positions. Yep. You know our number one, it's only been here for a few months, but SBSW. We talk about it every week. It's our favorite platinum palladium equity. It's been a home run equity so far this year. And then we got out, and we think it's going to be the home run equity again because we think it's going to get ready to break out. Okay, I'll show you exactly what we're talking about. SBSW. Talk about this every week. Here we go again. We went all in down here at the 350 area, and we didn't sell it until we got to our target. Our target was right here. We sold it, the whole thing out. Our home run trade of the year. Then we got down here, and we put it all back on. And look at it now, guys. Newer highs, starting to gap up. We think this one's got a lot of room on the upside. So we think this could be our second home run trade of the year. How cool would it be if your home run trade is the same exact stock and we think it's going to happen? You're following us I'm kind of repeating myself, but look at now it's starting to show what we're expecting. So that's metals. Energy markets. Oil had a little friction. Russia back and forth with sanctions and playing around with supply. And trading oil, we think, is in a range, and people are getting chopped up, but it held pretty well. But what did we do this week? We had oil on, we cashed it in. But meanwhile, you got $65 oil. Okay, in our opinion, 60, 61, 62, 65, 67, 68. It's just a range. We think oil's going to stay in the range for a while. But when you get this news, you get people excited. They get in, you get an extension, and you sell it out. Well, what do? This week, if you followed us last week, we bought ConocoPhillips. Put out a video about it. COP. It got down to a very attractive area. COP. There we go. So we got involved in Conoco. Bought it a couple of times at 91 and 92. Sold it all out. Same thing. We're going to keep trading the range. We're going to put a video out on how we bought it here and sold it here. We've been doing this all year. Whether it's Conoco, Devon Energy, Valero, ExxonMobil, we keep trading the ranges. So what's wrong with that? In a week, you make yourself 6-7 points, done, move on. So we're out of ConocoPhillips. Natural gas, sitting, holding, but it should be holding better, but there still is no weather. There's not even a murmur of a hurricane near the Gulf. We got a couple of hurricanes on the eastern side of the coast, not on the western side. If we get there, then you're going to get it to go. Natural gas, just sitting. Okay, we'd like it to be back above. Now you're into the winter contract. So if we talked about it last week, we would say we want natural gas above $3, and it says $3.17 here. But now it's the winter natural gas, so it's a different product. So now we need it to get pretty much above 3.25 is kind of the area. We get above 3.25, then it's the same kind of an idea. We like natural gas. We have it on. We're trading, but we also need a little weather to help us. Okay, I explained our views in energy, in metals. We got a few stocks we want to talk about. Let's see if we got any questions first.
B. Young's asking, XOM is not pulling back yet.
Not pulling back yet. We only trade XOM on extremes. Okay, we caught this. We don't have it now. It looks like it's going higher. Okay, we will never chase XOM. Okay, XOM. If you look at it, where is it? The same range for the year. Down here a little and up here a little bit. So we won't chase it. If it goes up, it's going up without us. Okay, we'll buy it if it pulls back. We're not going to get shorted because we'll trade other stocks against it. But it looks like it's getting ready to run away. We'll see when it gets up to this area what it does.
All right, guys, if you have any questions, any trading questions for Joe, please put it in the chat. Any stocks you'd like to look at, we'll analyze them. Put them in the chat here. So that's what we have right now.
Okay, so let's go with a couple of stocks that we're looking at. One that we added on, we talked about this, we made a clip about it, and we kind of pressed it a little bit. Lululemon. We like Lululemon, guys. Okay, and it's not in my wheelhouse, but someone put it in my wheelhouse, which is Guy Adami, who's been on fire for the last 2 years in his macro views. So he gives us the ideas, and it's up to me to find a strategy. Well, we like Lululemon down here a lot. Actually, we don't trade the option market too often because the option market is too expensive, which I'll explain to you. But we bought calls in Lululemon and we bought the stock. And it's unusual for us to do both. That's how much we like Lululemon here. They held a great area and then closed well. And the setup is in. So all we need next week is a constructive week in Lululemon. And we don't think it's going to grind. We think that's the only place it could breathe, and then it could pop. And if it does, this might be our home run trade of the year. Something that, believe me, Lululemon is not on my radar screen. Guy put it on our radar screen, we did the homework, and the setup is here. So let's see if it happens. But if you see Lululemon go, we think there's room, and look out. This thing's got room, and the options we got, in my opinion, we pickpocketed those. Something that we bought options for 80, 90 cents. Can easily be 3, 4, 5x if we hit a nerve. How cool is that when you can get these? Okay.
Question here.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on aluminum?
Aluminum, I think you got to watch yourself here. Okay. Aluminum, the commodity looks good. We also have aluminum equities that we watch. We watch Alcoa, which is bouncing well. Okay, that's a good bounce. But Alcoa is doing nothing, in my opinion.
What's the ticker for this?
Alcoa is AA. What's going on here? AA. Another one we have on and was shorted, Century Aluminum. Okay, got to an end. This was our home run trade 2 years ago, being long. Now we're short Century Aluminum. Let me use my pen, and that'll help you even better. Okay, CENX. Okay, got to watch this one here because this is U.S. aluminum. Okay, and we got to an area that if you belong to one of our boot camps, you would want to be a seller. So we did. We're short Century Aluminum, but it closed pretty well. So we're going to be watching this because it might be telling us something about aluminum. Okay, Alcoa's bouncing. Century's at a big area. If they start to break out, aluminum's probably going to go with it.
Next one up, we have, what are your thoughts on LUV?
LUV, we cashed in. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go over that, guys. We cashed in a lot of our positions this week. We were long LUV, we were long TMC, and we were long USAR. We took our profits. LUV's holding pretty well, but we're not gung-ho bullish up here, so we got out. It got to one of our targets because one of our targets was right here. So we sold out our entire position. Now it's sitting around here. It actually looks like if it can't get above here, we're probably going to work our way down and we'll look at it again. But we cashed in. We're out of LUV.
Next stock here is UVIX.
Yeah, well, that's not a stock. That's a way of us being long the VIX. And it's not working because we think it's a speed limit. It's a way of us, I'm bearish in the stock market. Okay, and if the stock market does start to correct, UVIX is so cheap, the VIX is so cheap that it will snap. But in the interim, it grinds down. When the stock, every day that goes by, the stock market is not going down, even if it sits. So if you have UVIX on, if the market doesn't move, it's going to cost you money. If the market goes up, it's going to cost you money. If it goes down, then you're going to kick in. We have it on, hasn't been working. We're holding on to it because I still think the market's got the sensitive side of the stock market is the downside, not the upside.
Next one is from Donald, RIG.
RIG. RIG is one of our largest positions. There was a spike in it, and we sold 20% of our position out on that spike, and then it came down because they offered out some more shares. We had a pop up here, so we sold 20% of our position up. We've had this on all year, so you can say whatever, we're here. We're in the game. Okay, it's been in the range 2 to 3 all year. We got a spike. We said, okay, you know what? Let's be smart about managing money. So we sold 20% here. They came out with news that they're offering more shares, which is always bearish, means they're trying to attract money. What it do? It came right back off. What we're looking to do is if it comes back to an area, if you belong to the group, we're going to put that 20% right back on because we think RIG is still an attractive area around here. Okay, the exact area, belong to the group, we'll tell you where we're putting it back on. But we sold a piece. We still got 80% of our position. We're looking to reload to 100.
Okay, next one. Do you file CRM?
CRM, not enough to have an opinion.
Okay, what are your thoughts on Trox?
Trox, we've been wrong. We haven't been wrong. I have been wrong all year on Trox. We had a bounce to an area that we probably should have trimmed and I didn't, but we are. There's just nothing here. When we got up here, I was seeing if we could get it above here and get one spike and we could get out. We didn't. We got into the area and failed. Trox is not performing. So no matter what happens, any bounce here, I'm going to start lightening up my position. I'm wrong on this.
All right, those are our questions for now.
Okay, what else we got on our screen? Oil stocks that I just told you that we sold out. We have areas to get right back in. Okay, we sold out of our ConocoPhillips. We're looking to get right back in. Okay, where is COP? I just had it up. Okay, so if this pulls back, we're going to keep trading this, guys. It works. It's been working all year. Trade the range. Trade the range. Okay, now we're out. If it pulls back to the area that, and it's a different area this time. It's not this spot anymore. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, you think you just trade the same range all the time? No. The ranges change. They move. Okay, and now this area is not $90 or $91 where we got in last week. Now it's a little different. So if you belong to the group, you're going to know where we're getting back in. But our next trade is to put Conoco back on, Devon Energy back on a pullback. But they're not the same areas anymore. So keep that in mind. We think the energy markets, you still got to trade. We think the metals markets, you have to have a core long and stay with it because there's going to be a move. We also got a strategy that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. I think it's ready to happen where the metals are going to hit a nerve. I mean, these are monster moves. Okay, but they're strong moves. They're not parabolic moves. If that comes, then we have a strategy. And I'm going to give you a little heads up on something. When markets go parabolic, there is no formula. There is no strategy. So if someone tells you they can trade parabolics, they're full of it. Okay, parabolics is nothing but experience. You have to experience parabolics. I've been doing it for so long, so I've been involved in them. So I might have an edge if the markets go parabolic because I've seen it before. Okay, there is no rhyme or reason. The thing is, if the metals, they're ripe and they're ready for one of those to go parabolic, and then it'll cause the other ones to get exposed, and that's when the trading strategy is very, very important.
We have a comment here.
Yeah.
Steve's asking, does heightened anxiety around Tuesday's meeting with over 800 U.S. top military drive metals?
No, metals are on their own. Metals are not being affected by, it's not peripheral news, but it's not impacted news. The market has been buying gold, and now it's buying silver for the last year and a half. Okay, and it's gone global. Okay, when commodities move like this, it's not domestic, it becomes global. Metals are global now. So no matter what you see around here, around the world, the population just wanting a little bit of gold or a little bit of silver, they don't realize that there isn't enough liquidity in these commodities to provide that.
Joe, what are your thoughts on WDOFF?
That's the gold stock we have on. Okay, that's our sleeper. It's not a sleeper. It's the only one that it has the best value, and we bought it 3 or 4 times this month. So we're not all in because I still think there's room to put on more. We like WDOFF a lot.
Steve's asking again, will copper continue higher on FCX news and follow gold and silver higher?
No, we're not gung-ho here. We've seen FCX break down, and the group was saying, are we getting in? I said, no, not yet. Look, this is a severe move in copper, in FCX. Look at that. Okay? And it's very easy to be impulsive and say, I got to buy it, on this pullback. Look at this big areas. We didn't buy it. And look, I'm glad we didn't. You know why? It's no reason. You're buying it just because it's here. Now, you don't even read the story. Okay, why is it doing this? What's the position of the market? What are the charts say? What are the fundamentals? No, you just bought it because it said 37. You said, I got to buy it because it was 45. I never understand that logic. So I'm glad, because now these people are caught. And now if you get an extension down, then I'm going to look at it. Why? Because I'm going to want to buy the positions of the market. There's a way we read things very different than others. And the positions of the market tell me if this extends, that's when you want to buy, because then it becomes like a little bit of a bungee jump. So watch yourself here.
All right, Assad's saying, what about wheat?
Wheat market is sitting in, it's on the weak side, but the grain markets are holding, and I actually think if they're going to perform, the setup is this week. So we like wheat down here. I have a whole position on.
MSB is asking, ExxonMobil, should we short now?
No, we're not going short. We're not going short ExxonMobil. Okay, there's no way I'm getting short ExxonMobil. I look to buy it on good spots. I will sell it in an area that probably would be a short area, but I'm not putting on a short up here. No way.
Mike's asking, what is your target for SBSW?
No, there is no target, guys. That's how bullish I am. There is no target. How cool is it when you have a home run and then you get back in and it looks like another home run and we still don't have a target? Okay, this is only a short-term chart. It's daily charts on SBSW. Okay, if I put up a longer chart, you will see there is room. How cool is it think of how nice it is to be on this ride up. Gap up, gap up, gap up. And where's our target? Yeah, we're cool with it.
Sal's asking about NIO Corp. I'm not sure what that is.
We don't follow it.
All right. So those are our questions. How about we show them the Discord real quick?
Okay, this is Discord. This is what you get on the radar. You see what we do all day, putting our opinions up. Okay, that's my opinion. We're catching, you can see the hearts and everybody. We're doing pretty good. Okay, trade alerts. When we trade, we let you know. What did we do this week? What did I tell you? Sold out of our TMC, sold out of our USAR, Century Aluminum, Rig. I saw you sold 20%. Everything is here, and we tell you ahead of time. I'll tell you guys, we're looking at this. You're looking over my shoulder, and then I'll tell you what we're doing. So if you have it on, we do it as a team, as opposed to other places where I'm finding out the person who's talking, he does it, and then says, oh, you know what, guys? I saw my LUV. It tells you after the fact. Well, what kind of teammate are you? I tell you what I'm looking at. Just where, if you're prepared, you get your platform up, whatever you're looking to do, and then I tell you where. I tell you the area that is printing at the moment. We work as a team. Futures, if you want to trade in the middle of the night, you want to make some money, we're doing pretty good in futures this year, up almost 100% trading futures. Okay, the trades are here. Okay, and you see the hearts, you see the fire. Obviously, we're doing okay. Okay, what do we got here? We also have, where's the midday clip? Midday clip comes out every day. Okay, this is not an investable market, it's a trading market. So what you think at 8 a.m. might change by 11 a.m. We'll come out with a clip, tell you exactly what our views are for the rest of the day. It's been a big, big edge. We got Guy Adami on Thursday mornings, Q&A. Guys, he has been on fire for 2 years. In the energy markets, in the metals market, in the equities market, incredible. He gives us the ideas. It's up to me to find the trading strategies. It's working. You want to know how much it's working? Let me show you. See that return for the year? 219%. That is not exaggerating. It's actually low. We're closer to 230. Guys, it sounds incredible. It is not. And if you belong to the group, you'll know it's not. We're up almost 230% for the year. With the stocks we're talking about. See, there's an SBSW. We had it at the beginning of the year. We had it for 6 months. You buy it at 3, you sell it at 6. Okay? We got trades that we have on for a couple of days. We got trades we have on for a month. Okay, more of these trades. Look at them, more SBSWs. Buy them at 3, sell them at 9. Okay, and these are the P&Ls. You see what's going on. We have a lot of trades, right? 400 trades this year, so we're not sitting on our hands. We had a bunch of new members this week that joined. They joined on Thursday and Friday, and on Wednesday, and they said, we don't do much here. And then the whole group jumped out. They go, well, yesterday, which was Tuesday, was our busiest day of the year. We did, I think, 10 or 11 trades on Tuesday. So when the time is right, we get involved. Okay, but we have patience and we wait and we trade it very different than anyone else. As you can see, it works. You want to make 10, 12%? Fine. You want to join? This is how you join. RNTR Trading. A lot of copycats out lately, I guess, because we're doing all right, and then maybe they're getting bounced around a little bit. So we don't ask you for money. You contact us, we get back to you. We will send you the link. We will send you a mail. We will send you instructions on how to join. And then from there, you got to get invited into the Discord chat, and then you remember. That's what it costs. I mean, you got to be kidding me. We're giving this away, but it's fine. I'll be the teacher at heart, and we're teaching people. Everything we talked about is right here. How cool is that? You got different plans if you want to do this. Okay, it's an alternative way to trade. It's an aggressive way to trade. But if you can sit there and make 200, and we think this is just the beginning. We think there's another wave of this profits coming. So instead of waiting 10 years to try to make this money, we have people that made it in 7, 8 months. It's here. RNTR Trading, guys. Okay. Is it time?
Yep.
Okay. We're back here Friday now. Friday at 8 a.m. and then back here next Saturday at 10 a.m. All right. Plus the clips come out. You'll see them all the time. Every time I make a video, it'll come out on YouTube. I'll see you guys next Friday.